The Mercy of Gods, James S.A. Corey, just finished it last night. I want to get into it. All spoilers, full steam ahead. This story takes place tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of years into humanity's future. We now reside on a planet called Anjin, and it's so far into the future, and humanity has lived on Anjin for so long that humanity doesn't even remember how they got there. It's just kind of lost, and no one really knows, but that's the planet we're on. And while it doesn't get into the details specifically, there is implications that humans are just residing on Anjin as we do on Earth. There's anything from politics to scientists doing research, developing science. You have composers making music. I'm sure there's athletes playing sports, and just everyday families or everyday people just trying to get along with their families and make a living. And on this planet, we follow a team of researchers. And the team of researchers are kind of the top of their game. They're looking for funding so that they can continue their own research, trying to understand more about different sciences and whatnot. But there's these aliens. And there's two groups of aliens. There's what's called the Carricks and what's called the Swarm. And the Carricks and the Swarm are at war with each other. And in order to try and win the war, the Carricks, they fly around the universe to different planets, collecting different life forms. And in collecting the different life forms, they give them tasks, trying to just progress their own knowledge forward. And as they progress it with all these different life forms, they can use that knowledge to try and win the war against the Swarm. So the Carricks come in these massive spaceships. They kill 1/8 of the population of humanity on Anjin, and then they take who they can. But it isn't just random people. They're taking anyone who is at the top of their field, anyone who has progressed far enough in an industry where they are towards the top. And they're going to come in, the Carricks are going to come in, take those people, assign them to different living quarters, and essentially give them work to do. And we start off there, or this is a little bit into the story, but now the humans, and we follow a team. We have the Feed, who is the main character. He has a love interest named Else, but Else is also at the end of a relationship with a guy named Tonner, and Tonner is actually the head researcher. So a little bit of a love triangle there. There's a few others that are involved as well, but the story does kind of focus on Defeat. And Defeat, he's kind of a quiet guy, and he really tries to let things happen in front of him, and he always plays dumb so that people underestimate him. And then with that underestimating of him, he can collect more information that he will one day use to his own advantage. And this is just kind of how he works. He's not just doing the work that the Carricks gave them, he's also studying the Carricks themselves, again, by playing dumb. And he's able to get a little bit more information out of the Carricks than some of the other humans, because the other humans are either not looking for that information or just so focused on their work because they're trying to survive. Because if you don't complete the research that is given to you, or if you don't complete the project that is given to you by the Carricks, then you're useless and they just kill you off. And so everyone is just kind of focused on this project that the Carricks has given them, and little by little making what progress they can. Where they are, there are other species who have been given the same project, but you're supposed to stay within your own species. So the humans are with the humans, the aliens from another planet are with those aliens, and aliens from a third planet are going to stick together. But there's no protection. They're actually just freely roaming around and they're able to share information with each other, although they don't. And in an effort to survive, one of the alien groups tries to kill off the humans. And it doesn't work. We still have the humans. Some of them do die, but we still have them with us. We're still following the feed. This is book one in what I believe is a trilogy. So it doesn't get a whole lot further than beyond this, where we're at this place where the Carricks are giving them projects to research and whatnot. So we'll have to see kind of where the story goes, but the humans do end up fulfilling like the project. They finish it, they've completed it, now they've deemed themselves useful, and the Carricks, one of their leaders, known as a librarian, he comes in and tells the humans that they've been useful. Not only have they been useful, they've been useful, they've helped the Carricks, and in doing so, they're going to be rewarded. And that reward is more projects to do where they can collect greater intel, but also more resources to do projects and whatnot. And it's kind of like you're just moving up this chain to more and more difficult problems that the Carricks maybe are unable to solve, and so they're trying to see who can solve it. So they kind of maybe give you a basic one to start off with, and then it just progresses to levels. That's kind of the thought that I got in it. Maybe I'm wrong, we'll have to see. But towards the end of the book, the librarian comes in, and because they are all being leveled up, they're going to be separated. And they're going to go and work with different groups. I don't know if there's going to be other humans involved or if they're going to go work with other aliens. I really don't know. So we'll have to find out in book 2, which I believe it comes out next year. It doesn't have a title yet, so we'll just have to wait and see. But the world itself that we're entering and learning more about these aliens, there's a little bit about the swarm. I know I didn't talk a whole lot about it because the book itself doesn't get into the war between the Carricks and the swarm. I believe we're going to learn more as we progress forward in the story, but right now the humans are completely going to be separated. They're going to be given new projects. This is just sorrow for them because they were taken from their home. They've lost the friends that were there with them, and now they're going to lose each other even more because they're going to be separated. But that's kind of the story itself. I'm pretty excited to see where it goes. I will definitely be reading book 2 next year when it comes out. I recommend checking it out. It was a fun read for me. Lots of questions that need answering, but again, it's book 1, so we'll see where it goes from there. The Mercy of God by James S.A. Corey. Go ahead and check it out.